Hey, how you doing? My name is Javon. Welcome to my channel where I will be sharing my radically wild thoughts, my perspectives, my adventures throughout this beautiful paradise. That is Borinquen, where I have been living for the last 11 years, and what I am doing in my beautiful farm as I am growing a beautiful food forest. So please hit that like button, please subscribe if you have not. In today's video, I would like to talk about the day that I was shot 3 years ago in my face for defending a beautiful beach from trash, when I decided to record a family leaving their garbage behind this beautiful beach. And so I was shot in the face. The bullet grazed by my cheekbone, missing me by 1 centimeter. And so I would like to tell you what happened. I will try to make this as brief as possible. For those that don't know, for 8 years I became the self-imposed guardian of the beaches, as I would walk to as many as 13 beaches in one given day with as many as 6 signs, and I would hold it up in front of the people to raise awareness to all this trash. I was not born here, but I was reborn here, and I felt this deep connection to this beautiful island. I connected to nature in ways that I could have never imagined, and that has been my journey and my mission. And so I did this for 8 years, and there was always one beach that I would go to at the end of this mission of walking and enjoy my day. I put my signs there and just rest. But I also became the lifeguard of trash, as I would watch over the beach and make sure that people would take their trash with them. And I would confront many people many times before. And so this day, 3 years ago on this day, there was a family of 20 people. That's 40 hands that could easily have taken their trash with them. And I put my signs up, let them read it. They gave me the thumbs up. I put my signs on the rocks, enjoyed my day, and looked over the beach. This group was getting smaller and smaller till there was a group of ladies left, maybe eight ladies and a few kids. And so I realized they were leaving their trash. 3 big bags and garbage scattered all over the place, and cigarette butts all over the place. And so I confronted them, and they refused to take the trash with them. They said someone else is going to pick it up and I said, no, the only person here that takes care of this beach is me. And I am not going to take your trash. Many people think that I am the janitor of the beach, that I'm the janitor of the beach because I have these signs. They think, oh, don't worry about it, that guy's going to pick it up and clean it. And so, I pick up whatever people leave unconsciously. And that's what I've been doing for the last 8 years. As I walk with my signs, I would just clean the beach, the shore, and pick up whatever I can. But not this. And this beach is a 10-minute walk, and it's not really easy to get to. I have so many signs with me. I'm just one person, to expect one person to pick up all your trash. It's absurd. So they refused, and I took out my camera, recorded them for about 5 seconds. 5 seconds I recorded them. And they left, and when I went to my car, one of the guys that was in the group before they left pushed me against the fence. And all these ladies and the kids were surrounding me. I had nowhere to run. I tried to push him off, and he took his gun and hit me across the head 6 times over the head. And when I went to tilt my head back to avoid the next shot, that's when the gun went off. And so it like this, and it went off right there and grazed by my cheekbone, missing me by that centimeter. And I don't think his intention was to shoot me, because if he wanted to shoot me, he would just done it. But I don't think he wanted to do that in front of the kids and the older ladies. So time stood still, and I think everyone was in shock. And blood was gushing out of my face. Like, all I saw was crimson red, blood dripping from the top of my head. And so I fell to the ground. I felt lifeless. I felt like my life force escaping my body. I felt lifeless for a split second. I felt this near-death experience. And then I felt the life come back into me, and I realized I was still alive. I thought I was dead. So I got up and I started to run. I said, "Oh, I'm alive, I'm alive." And they were scattering into their cars. I thought I had a bullet in my head. Thankfully, there was a police officer, a police car down the road. And so I waved them, and he came. They came, but they pulled over the wrong car. They pulled over the wrong car. But thankfully, karma came calling, because the man drove into a parked car. And normally there's never a car parked there. But this day there was. And it stopped him. And that's how they caught him. And the detective would ask me if I wanted to press charges. And the strangest thing happened, where I forgave the man for doing this to me. And the New York version of myself would have been angry, would have probably sought revenge. But I have been on this journey of changing who I am, changing my mindset, changing my perspectives on how I see things. And so forgiveness is something that I learned. And so, but I decided to still press charges. But eventually I dropped it when I saw how bad the justice system here is. They continued to push the trial back. I wrote about it on my blog. You could check that out. But I just didn't want to give any more of my time to this. I was about to leave this island. I was so close. I had enough. I had enough. And I was about to leave. But this farm presented itself to me, and so I decided to stay, to continue to do something for this island, because I felt there was more for me to do. You know, many people commented when this happened. Many people commented that I deserved being shot in the face for recording them, that they would have done the same. This is the type of mentality that many people have. And it's sad to have read that. Like, if you pull out a camera, it's like a deadly weapon, because people freak out when you record them. They're like, "Oh no, you recorded me, you deserve to die. Die!" But yeah, I forgave that family, but I also want them to forgive me. I want them to forgive me, but to understand why I decided to record them. Because I love Borinquen, and I was so tired of seeing this beautiful beach and all these beaches and rivers and this whole island being destroyed. And when you love something, you defend it. And so I decided to defend it this way. very unfortunate thing to happen. But I want them to understand that I have been on this mission of trying to inspire change, trying to wake people up to the reality, to this reality that they don't see. Because many people here have taken this beautiful island for granted. Because many people do not realize the magical paradise that is Borinquen, in the paradise in which they live in. And so that's why I did it. You know, many people want trash cans in every inch of the island, conveniently there for them, when people should take the responsibility of taking their trash the way they brought it in. So, and it's sad. It's really sad that a man who was not born here takes a bullet to the face for defending a beach from people who were born here. I literally shed so much blood, sweat, and tears on my mission. And it brings a tear to my eyes when I see this beautiful paradise being destroyed by trash. But that's why I did it. That's why I did it, and I just hope they forgive me for that. I am very fortunate to have made it out with just a gash. You know, every time I look in the mirror, that's when I am reminded of what happened. I now suffer from PTSD. I suffer from PTSD. It took me a long time to go back into a crowded beach. Still to this day, I have social anxiety when I go to a beautiful beach. I can't really talk to many people. I'm trying to break free from this. This is all an obstacle of the mind that I will eventually conquer. And I've been healing myself in nature, healing myself, and trying to break free from this obstacle. Noise startles me, reminds me of the time. I will make a video on how I cope with PTSD. I'm very fortunate and grateful to be alive, because I'm alive and life is beautiful, and I will continue to write the next chapters in this book of mine. I am very grateful and thankful for everyone who has supported me ever since, and support the work that I have been doing for Borinquen. Thank you all. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please visit me on my website. Please hit that like button. Please visit my website, radicallywild.com, and all social media at radicallywild. Be wild, everyone.